Hey, good morning, guys. This is Gabriel Aria, your brother in Christ, and also the writer of the thesis, A Christian Perspective on Islam's Origins, its religion, founder, and practices. I hope you guys are doing well today. Today I'm going to be talking about, later on, I'll be talking about this topic that's been buzzing around in politics and all over the news and podcasts that we should have stayed out of Iran or not helped Israel because we wouldn't have any jihadi attacks on American soil as we've had. Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen, eventually that would happen. So we'll be talking about that, and we'll be talking about the Red-Green Alliance. What does it mean? I'll break it down. I'll break down the methods, and then I'll give you some of their founding, because believe it or not, even the red communist Marxist ideals are really religious thoughts, even though they are founded on atheism, but it's still, you got to believe, right? Nevertheless, on another topic, I found, even though it's relatable, I found something really curious. So I'm a Marvel fan. Yes, I know, DC, Marvel, but I like both. I know. I like DC, like I like Marvel movies and series and things like that. But one thing that I found really interesting, and I overlooked it before, is that I noticed that Daredevil, the Born Again series, is coming out on, yes, it's your favorite Disney. Yeah, Disney got all the rights. Marvel, what can I say? But it's on there. And the thing that I found really interesting is Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin. Now, I was a comic geek growing up. I think since the age of like 4 or 5, I've always loved comic books. But one thing that I notice is now Wilson Fisk, at least in the Born Again Daredevil series on Disney, he becomes mayor. And I just said, wow, what a parallel, and how prophetic. New Yorkers, right? Me being a native New Yorker who hasn't been to New York for years, but was there for so many years. I grew up there and so on, and studied there and all over the place as well. But the one thing that I find interesting is that in the Daredevil series, they vote for the worst, most wickedly psychotic criminal. They vote for him and elect him as mayor, not really understanding how villainous Wilson Fisk is. And I said to myself, wow, how prophetic. Here we go a couple of years down the road, and New Yorkers, once again, as they do in the movies, they do in real life, they vote for the most desperately, wickedly psychotic villain, which is Zoran Mamdani, a guy who rapped about, and his rap is horrible. I mean, he stinks. Just as a rapper, as a musician, the guy's horrible. Whatever. If you want to suffer and listen to it, that's fine. The guy praises the Holy Land Five, those that were set in Texas. The guy is a stone cold Shia Muslim who really believes in the Shia tenets of Islam. They vote for that guy. He promotes himself as a Marxist, but he's a lot more than that. He used the Marxists to actually ride on his horse into the mayoral race and get elected by the useful idiots, because we have those. They are Marxists at the end of the day, right? They are Marxists. But he uses those on the left as the useful idiots to get him elected into office. And I'm saying to myself, New Yorkers elected this man, and now everything that he promised is basically going down the tubes. Think about that. It really sucks right now to be a New Yorker living under the rule of Mamdani, because what he really wants is to cause a cancer, starting in the most powerful city in our country, New York, and he wants that cancer to spread throughout the country. He wants to plant that flag, right, of Islamic hegemony or hegemony. You say tomato, I say tomato. So I want you to think about that. New Yorkers in a series are like the worst person that they can as mayor. And in real life, a couple of years later, they elect the worst person they can, the most villainous, to rule over them. Think about that, New York.